Well, guys, we finally got a trailer. The GTA Online, well, I don't know if it's expanded and enhanced. My game don't look like that, by the way. You guys see that? Hold on. This is not how my game looked yesterday. So I don't really know where this is from. Does y'all games look like that? Maybe that's on the next gen. Well, we did get a trailer finally, but that's not really what I wanted to talk about because it doesn't, who cares? What's new in this new edition of the game? That's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video, because that's what people want to know. Why should you even upgrade? Is it worth it? That's what we're going to be taking a look at in today's video. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So before we get into some gameplay, they actually put this trailer was part of a Newswire post today, which actually did go over some new features, at least the new features Rockstar are trying to promote that really not many people are going to really care about, but we'll go over them. So starting off, of course, the stunning visuals. And this does apply to the game. There's 3 new graphics settings. There's a fidelity setting, a performance setting, and a performance ray trace setting. And in this little paragraph here, they talk about 4K up to 60, HDR, ray tracing, improved texture qualities. I'm gonna tell you right now, we don't care. I'm just kidding. But the ray tracing is not actually ray tracing. I think it's only ray tracing for like shadows, and you really just disregard that word. The 4K is cool, but that's the fidelity mode. It runs horribly on the PlayStation 5 at least. But the 60 frames per second is good. The performance and the performance RT options were fantastic in that regard. And I'm gonna be honest, I would almost upgrade solely for that. I know the rest of the game has some issues, blah, blah, blah. Getting those extra frames on console is huge. But of course, that's the big thing. Faster loading, that is something I have noticed, which is something that is nice. It's not like night and day, but it is a lot faster than the older consoles. So of course, that's a new thing. The immersive controls. That's something that's really cool. I don't know how it works on the Xbox, but on the PlayStation, you have these adaptive triggers on the actual controller, and it gives you feedback. Almost like, it's gonna sound weird, but it's almost like you're actually shooting a gun, or like when you're driving. It does get you more immersed into the game. So I will say that is a very cool thing. The 3D audio, I guess if you really like to listen to things, sure. I didn't really notice it too much. But yeah, those are like the big things I guess Rockstar's trying to promote. We're just scroll through the rest of this. The other big thing is How's Special Works. This is the new mod shop that can be found in the LS car meet. It only works on 10 vehicles at the moment, 5 new ones and then 5 old ones. I guess you can see here, these are the weapon or the vehicles that you can choose. And I will say these vehicles with the How's Special Works upgrades go insanely fast. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I can put up a video on these vehicles. Dude, it is nuts. You go like 160, 170, maybe even 180, which by the way, makes it very difficult to control and handle, but you can fly. So very nice. I do like that. And actually at How's Special Works, and I guess we'll just talk about it here, you do get the new options of the chameleon paint. These, I think there's only like 7 options. It's a little disappointing, not gonna lie. But I do believe they can put, or you can put these chameleon paints on any car in the game. It doesn't need to just be these 10. So that is cool, of course. And then you also get the time trials, the How's Special Works time trials, which I believe end up paying $250K if you beat them. And they're pretty easy with the How's Special Works vehicles because you go so fast. So that is probably the biggest new feature in this game. I guess you also get, I don't know if it mentions it here, but you get a premium test ride instead of just the regular test ride inside of the LS car meet. So it's another little new thing. And I mentioned this actually in the career builder thing, but they just go on to explain it here. If you are a returning player, you get a fully upgraded Karen S95 for free. So if you have a PlayStation account or an Xbox account and you're transferring, you get like this $2 million car that's insanely fast, completely for free. And I guess you also get these paint jobs for free too. These new editions of the game did come with 5 new vehicles, like we mentioned. This is one of them. Well, this isn't a new one. I mean, it technically is new, but it's really not, because the Ignis came out in the contract DLC, but, well, they decided to make a weaponized Ignis that cost $3.2 million. It's the same vehicle with a gun. It does have a Monty Tech though, so, but you have to buy it all over again, so it's really unlucky. We have the Astron Custom, which is just the SUV. I don't think many people care. Coil Cyclone 2. People were telling me this thing is a freaking demon as far as the speed and acceleration goes. So I haven't really tested it because, like I said, I'm broke on the PlayStation 5, new account problems. And they don't show the other 2, but there is, I believe it's a muscle car and I think another sports car. Well, the Karen SN95. The next new feature is the career builder. We went over that way in depth earlier today. Definitely check that out if you are going through the career builder. But this is basically where you get started if you're a new player or if you just want to start from scratch. There's also this new loading screen. This is what you load into. So no longer do you have to sit through the loading. You either get to the online or the story, and then you can choose various different things, which is cool. It's very Red Dead Online-esque, which I do actually like. Here is a look at actually one of those new chameleon paint jobs. I wish basically we could make our own chameleon paint jobs. That's all I'm going to say. They're cool, but the options Rockstar gave us are kind of dog, not going to lie. I'll leave a link to this Newswire post in the description if you want to actually go through it. There's a lot of things we're not going to really cover. Like they talk about the profile migration, which by the way, everything seems to be fixed. I know there were some issues yesterday with people's accounts not transferring, but Rockstar support came out and said they should have fixed most of those issues. So don't worry, everything should be fine if you are going to the new consoles. And actually one of the biggest things they mentioned here at the very end in these paragraphs, they of course mentioned some new quality of life updates, and these are actually not bad. Like these are actually pretty nice. The first one is you can find a new session, or you can change sessions to like an invite only or to a solo straight from online. If you click on the find new session menu, it brings you to a sub menu where you can actually just choose straight up any lobby. Great quality of life feature. Before, previous to this, you could only do that in single player. So if you're in a public lobby and you wanted to go to an invite only lobby, you'd have to go back to single player and then back into an invite only lobby. It was a mess. Now you can do it just straight up from online. Also, they don't mention it here, I don't think, but you can change the brightness from online. Thank you. So now you can actually mess around with the brightness to either turn it higher if it's nighttime or lower during the day to make the game look even better. But check this out. Balance? What? Only 8 years? It's taken them to balance the game. They've made adjustments, it says, to increase the base payouts on biker cell missions and nightclub daily income on the new consoles. I don't know, they didn't give specifics here, and I haven't seen anyone do any testing just yet, but that is actually pretty nice. I still don't think they're going to be as good as like the gun running or, you know, any of the other top end ways to make money. But these were all terrible back in the day. So it is nice that they are planning on improving them and adjusting them. That is very cool. But then this next sentence, Oppressor Mark II nerfs? Maybe. Going forward, we plan to continue making further adjustments across all versions of the game, in addition to rebalancing other areas, such as vehicles commonly used in PvP combat. Stay tuned for details. Surely that means an Oppressor Mark II nerf is coming, right? Surely. There ain't no way they say this and then they don't nerf that damn vehicle. We'll see though, but that is very exciting. And actually they do have a new website basically where they have a bunch of guides to start out, but I think most of us probably already know how to play the game. So that was the Newswire. Yeah, very cool stuff. But there's some other things, I guess, that are new. Some things that aren't actually that good, I guess. So one of the problems, and hopefully this is just an easy fix, there's like forced motion blur on or in the game. It's especially noticeable in the fidelity mode, and it's not good. It's very disorienting sometimes. And I've seen some people say they've even gotten sick to the point where they can't play the game anymore because of that motion blur. So that's something hopefully Rockstar can just put in a setting to like turn it off. Also a huge thing, if you only get online, like the standalone online, you don't have access to the Rockstar editor. The Rockstar editor is only actually for story mode, or if you have story mode. So if you're someone who uses the Rockstar editor a lot, well, you're gonna have to buy the story mode. You're gonna have to spend a little extra money to get that rather than just get the free online, at least if you're on PlayStation. And one thing I've not actually seen yet, but I have seen people claim it was a thing, in the LS car meet, you can actually purchase an exact duplicate of any player's car in the car meet. And I do wonder if that means, like, if someone has a modded vehicle, I mean, I don't know how you would get a modded vehicle on the PlayStation 5, but let's say someone can figure out a way. I wonder if you can just straight up just purchase it from them, so you don't have to go through doing those mods and glitches yourself. I know there was a glitch to get F1 car tires on regular cars. I wonder maybe if someone has that, you can just buy it. That could be very cool. And actually, sort of another thing, they've mentioned these stunning visuals right here. One of the things, and I don't think I have I was on my live stream yesterday, so if you were there, you've seen it with me. But actually, in the morning time, there was like clouds and fog closer to the ground that was actually like moving, like you would sort of see in real life. That's something that's not even on PC, and it was actually a pretty cool little feature that I noticed. There's also new effects, like the smoke, fire is new. It's a lot better, I think. When you shoot a gun in first person, you have some new effects there, some just better ones, basically. Little things like that are also in the game. But at the end of the day, I guess, should you buy it or should you get it? I mean, if you're on PlayStation 5, it's a no-brainer. It's free for the next 3 months. Unless, of course, you want that Rockstar editor, then you got to pay the $10 to get the story mode. Xbox, is it worth it? So obviously there's going to be a lot of memes. I saw it a lot yesterday in my chat. Everyone saying the game looks the same. It does. It does. It's slightly better in some aspects. Obviously, this picture right here from the trailer looks great. My game didn't really look like this, but sure, this looks great. But it's still GTA at the end of the day. It's not like this is a completely new remake of this. This doesn't all of a sudden look like Red Dead Redemption 2 or anything. It's the same old game. However, that frame rate increase is so noticeable. And what I would suggest is, while sure we all think and wish there was more upgrades, that FPS increase probably worth it alone. Would you buy it? Would I buy it? I definitely would, just for that upgrade. Also, you have to remember, it almost sounds like Rockstar is going to be phasing out the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So that means updates are probably only going to be exclusive to these newer consoles. So, I mean, you're going to eventually, if you're playing the game, you're going to have to upgrade anyway. And they actually mentioned somewhere in this Newswire down here. So this is something, if you didn't know, migrating your profile to the PS5 or Xbox Series X will permanently delete that account, that character, from either the PS4 or Xbox One. So you cannot go back once you go forward, which sort of indicates to me they're trying to phase out those older consoles because the newer updates probably require the hardware that's only found on these newer consoles. So yeah, hopefully, look, I'm not going to be the one to tell you if it's worth it or not, but that is sort of everything that's new in the game. And honestly, I think it's worth the upgrade. I wish it was better. It's not the best, but for $10 or free if you're on PlayStation, it just makes the gameplay a lot better. If I missed anything, if there's anything new that you've figured out that I didn't cover, or if Rockstar didn't cover it here in this Newswire, then let us know in the comment section down below. But that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop it a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.